Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Mr. Abdul Abbas, your commerce teacher from Ss1 Model College. How are you at home and your family? I pray that Allah should increase us in knowledge and should make us better Muslim. Inshallah, we have been able to finish everything on documents which are used in international trade. Inshallah, we want to look at a new topic which is known as business organizations. Business organization. So that's the topic we want to look at for today. So what is meant by business organization? Business organizations can be defined as an enterprise set up by an individual or group of individuals, government or its agencies, for the main purpose of making profits and providing goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants. So let us explain the definition. We have defined business organization as an enterprise set up by an individual or group of individuals. So if it's a business that is set up, it might be set up by either individual or a group of people might come together to set the business up, or it might be government or its agencies that was considered to set up the business. And what is the purpose of setting this business up, either by the individual, group of individuals, or government or its agencies? What is the purpose? The main purpose is to make profits. The main purpose is to make profits, and also to providing goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants. So if the profit motive is the guiding principle of business of every individual that has set up the business, but this profit can never be realized until something has been presented in which people will buy, and from that thing, then individual or producer will be able to what make or realize his goal of making profits. So that's that on the definition of a business organization as an enterprise set up by an individual or group of individuals, government or its agencies, for the main purpose of making profits and providing goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants. So meaning that goods that is produced either by private individuals or government, such goods must be capable of satisfying human wants. Any goods that's been presented by private individuals or government, such goods must be something that has utility, must be something that is capable of satisfying human wants. So that's that on the definition of business organization. So let us now, so when we are saying business organizations, there are a lot of businesses which are put under business organization. Number one is sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability companies, corporate societies, public corporations. So as a student in Ss1, you must have been taught this by your economics teacher in Ss1. But in commerce, it is only sole proprietorship and partnership we are going to look at in Ss1. So when you now get to Ss2, you are going to be dealt with the remaining ones. So let us now start with sole proprietorship. What is meant by sole proprietorship? As the name implies, so the word sole means one, while proprietorship means ownership, that is the business that is owned by one person. So let us now look at the meaning in details. Sole proprietorship may be defined as a form of business enterprise owned, financed, and managed by one person with the primary aim of maximizing profits. So let us look at the definition. We have said that sole proprietorship is a form of business enterprise. It's a form as we have listed it under the forms of business organizations owned, financed, and managed by one person. So this business, which we refer to as sole proprietorship, it's owned, financed, and managed by one person with the primary aim of maximizing profits. That's their guiding principle. The guiding principle of establishing sole proprietorship business is to make profits, nothing more. Now, one might be contemplated that, okay, sole proprietorship, if it is owned by one person, the type of business, it might be small, it might be big, but if we have ascertained that such business is owned by one person, we refer to it as what? Sole proprietorship. We have seen the business that is maybe the owner started it with maybe 5,000 naira. Since we can establish that it's owned by one person, it is sole proprietorship business. Not only that, we have seen the business that is established with what? 10 billion. If you can establish that such a business, is it owned by one person? If it is owned by one person, we refer to it as what? Sole proprietorship business. So we can equally refer to it by one man business. So sole proprietorship also popularly referred to as one man business, and is the oldest and the most common type of business organization. It has been in existence for a long period of time, and the most common type of business organizations. So if you look at the various business organizations we have in our society now, it is the most common in what? In our society. Not only that, it is an unincorporated business unit owned by one person who provides the capital, owns the business, and undertakes the risk and profit of the business alone. We said is an unincorporated business unit. That is a business that does not need to be what? Registered before it could come into existence. That's one. Number two, it does not need to follow any formality before it could be registered. So there are some businesses, whenever they want to establish it, law has laid down some procedures to follow before they could be registered. But as far as sole proprietorship is concerned, they do not need to follow any formalities. Like for example now, limited companies, which we have discussed for economic students in Ss1. Limited companies have some formalities, have some procedures they need to follow with CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, before they could be registered. But as far as sole proprietorship is concerned, they do not need any formality, they do not need any procedures to follow before they could be registered. So meaning that sole proprietorship is an unincorporated business unit owned by one person. So it is owned by one person, we have said that earlier, who provides the capital. Is owner that provides the capital, owns the business, is one that be what? Managing the business and undertake the risk. So if loss is sustained in the business, is the one that will bear it, is the one that will bear the loss that is sustained in the business. Not only that, the profit of the business, any profit that is realized by the business will be taken by the what? By the owner, by the sole proprietor. So that's that on what? On definition and definition of sole proprietorship. Let us now look at the features. What are the features of sole proprietorship? Now, number one, ownership. The business enterprise is owned by one person. We have said that the business might be small or might be big, but if you can establish that what is one person that owns it, we refer to such business as sole proprietorship business or one man business. Then number two, objective. The main objective of one man business is to make profit, nothing more. Profit motive is the guiding principle of every sole proprietorship business. So if business is making profit, no problem, it means that what? Such business will be in operation, will continue existing. So since we have said that what? The guiding principle of sole proprietorship business is profit making or profit motive. Number three, source of capital. The capital required to set up and run the business is provided by the proprietor. So it is the owner of the business that will provide the capital. So it is the owner of the business that will provide the capital. So another one, number four, liability. The sole proprietor has unlimited liability. It has unlimited. We have explained this in our economy, but let me now go back to it. Now, when we say liability simply means, as far as business is concerned, liability means what a business owes outsiders. What a business owes outsider. That's what is meant by liability. Let's now say let's say the bumbling The, now the liability we have said is, or I've said the meaning, is what the business owes outsider. Now but this type of sole proprietorship business, sole proprietor has unlimited liability. The sole proprietor has unlimited liability. Now, what is now meant by unlimited liability? When a sole proprietorship, when a sole proprietor is bankrupt, sole proprietorship business is bankrupt. What does it mean? What do we mean by bankruptcy? Bankruptcy is this is a situation in which the business is unable to pay its debt. That is, inability of a business to pay its debt is referred to as unlimited liability. Now, as far as this is concerned, if sole proprietor is bankrupt, that is unable to pay the debts of outsiders, it means that they are going to sell the properties of the business to settle debts. But if the properties of the business is not enough to settle the debts, they will now go into private properties or personal belongings of the owner, of the sole proprietor. So the personal belongings of the sole proprietor will now be sold to settle the remaining debts. Will now be sold to settle the remaining debt, and that is how we said the sole proprietor has unlimited liability. That's what is meant by unlimited liability. Another one is legal entity. Legal entity. Legal entity is not the business sole proprietorship is not a legal entity, as the owner is not separated from the business. So the owner of the sole proprietorship business is not separated from the business. The owner is not separated from the business. If you see any sole proprietorship business in our environment, we say that owner is in the business. So business is not unlike some other businesses such as limited liability companies. When we in limited liability companies, owners are separated from the business. For example, First Bank PLC is a company. Well, if you go there now, you cannot meet any shareholder there or the owner of the business. You cannot meet them there because they are in their personal businesses. So those that can be met there, they are the workers. The managers are the workers of the business. So there in company, business is separated from the owner. But as far as sole proprietorship business is concerned, the business is not separated from the owner. Number 6, management. The business is controlled and managed by the sole proprietor himself. The business is controlled and managed by the sole proprietor himself. So when we look at this, the business is controlled and managed by the sole proprietor himself. Is the one that will be controlling the business, and is the one that will be managing it. So unlike other businesses, where the owner will just provide the capital, but the business is going to be managed by the workers or by the managers who happen to be the worker who is working for salary. Another one is lifespan. The lifespan depends on the owner. The enterprise can fold up anytime. So the lifespan of a sole proprietorship business depends on the life of the owner. The death of the owner might discontinue or stop the business. So when the owner dies, the business might die with him because the children of the owner might decide that they are not interested in continue the business. Now, those are the features of sole proprietorship. Let us now move to source of capital. What are the sources of capital? What are the sources? Now, number 1 is personal savings. That is the capital, the money that the owner has been saving before he consider to start the business. Number 2, loan from friends. When is having the intention of starting the business, the friends and family might come together to support him financially. Number 3, trade credits. The goods might be bought on credit, and after he has sold it, he will return back money to the creditor. So trade credit is one of the means of financing business, sole proprietorship business. Another one is loan and overdraft from banks. Loan might be sought from bank. So loan is a repayable amount which is collected by the business owner So after some times, after he has used the money, he's going to return it. Maybe he's going to return the principal together with the what interest. While the overdraft is an excess, collected on excess of money collected from banks. For example, a person that is having little amount in bank and want to use more than that money, he can only go to bank and collect more than what he has in the bank. Then after some time, he is going to pay back the money what he has collected on his money, original money in the bank. The another one is grants or loans from governments. When we say grants is might come from government. How I say grant is the money that government is given to the traders just to help them to finance their business. And grant is not repayable, unlike loan. Loan is repayable, but grant is not repayable. So that's that on source of financing sole proprietorship business. So let us now look at advantages of sole proprietorship business. What are the advantages? One, it involves more capital. So I said as little as 5,000 naira, one can start sole proprietorship business. Then number two, it is easy to establish. Very easy to, because of small capital it requires. It is very easy to establish. Then taking, and also in that number two, it is easy to establish. Also, it does not require any formalities, any laws to follow before sole proprietorship business can be established. Number three, taking of quick decisions. When we consider decisions, business is the only one in the business. The decision taken is very quick. So it's the only one, no one to consult. One is taking when he is considering to embark on some things. He does not need to consult anyone. He's the only one in the business and he's the owner of the business. Then number four, all profits belong to the owner. Any amount he has realized belongs to the owner. So no one you come around is sharing the profit with him, since he's the only one that owns the business. Then number five, there is privacy in conducting business affairs. There is privacy. He's the only one in the business, and law does not require the business to publish their financial statement, unlike other businesses like limited liability company. In limited liability company, public company to be precise, public limited liability company is legally required to publish their financial statements at the end of every financial period. So at the end of every period, so in such wise now, public limited liability company does not enjoy privacy in their business affairs. But as far as sole proprietorship business is concerned, they enjoy privacy in conducting business affairs, since the sole proprietorship is not required under the law to publish their financial statements. Then number six, there is close relationship between owner and customers. There is close. So since business is being managed by the owner, so customers can easily have a close rapport with the owner of the business. So those are the advantages of sole proprietorship. Let us now look at disadvantages now. What are the disadvantages of sole proprietorship? Number one, problem of continuity. We have said earlier that when a business dies, when the owner of the business dies, the business might also die. When the owner has died, the business will also die, because the children or the family of the deceased or the family of the owner might say they are not interested in continuing the business. Then number two, inadequate capital. Since the capital is provided by the owner only, and law does not permit them to source for capital in the public, unlike company. So it means that they are going to have access to little capital. So there are some businesses that whenever they want to raise their capital to finance their business, they are allowed to come to the members of the public to raise their capital. But as far as sole proprietorship business is concerned, they are not allowed to do such. Then number three, it bears all risk alone. It bears all risk alone. We have said that anything that might happen in the business is going to be borne by the owner. If loss is sustained, it's going to be it's going to is it will be the one to bear the loss. Any liability that liability that might occur is the one that what bear it. So is one that bear all the risk. Not only that, number four, he has unlimited liability. So we have said that earlier, that in case of being bankrupt, when he is bankrupt, when the supervisor is bankrupt, and the bankruptcy means inability to what to inability of the business to pay the outsiders. So in that situation now, the assets of the business are going to be sold, and when that is not enough, they are going to what sell the property, personal properties or belongings of the owner. They are going to take it and they are going to sell it in order to what settle the remaining debts. That's unlimited liability. Then number five, it is not a separate legal entity. The business is not distinct from the owner. Business is not separated from the owner. The owner is not separated from the business. So that's that. So that is how we say it's not a separate legal entity. And then limitation in expansion. Limitation in expansion. So since there is little capital, the business does not have much expansion. So if you look at our society now, most of the business that are owned by one person, they are not big enough, they are not large enough, unlike other business. For example, now look at city school is owned by a group of people, and that is why we look at the expansion now. We have city day primary school, day college, boarding college. So there are many. They are very, the capital that has been invested is much, unlike all other businesses that are owned by one person, where capital is provided by only one person, and such business is very small in size. So we pray that Allah should give us the understanding of what we have just discussed and should make us better Muslims.